Violence and demonstration in Bangladesh following the killing of student leader Usman Hadi. For 17 years, Tarique Rahman, who is the son of former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Khaleda Zia, his face appeared on BNP posters in Dhaka and beyond. He received a grand welcome by his own party, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, as he returned to Bangladesh after 17 long years. But his voice was unheard. Receiving a rousing welcome, BNP leader Tarique Rahman struck a message of unity, saying that the country must come together, perhaps invoking Martin Luther King Jr.'s, and I'm quoting here, quoting the quotation here, "I have a dream." Rahman said he has a plan to fix the country and vowed justice for the murder of student radical leader Usman Hadi. He called for building a new Bangladesh rooted in unity and mutual respect among all religious communities. And today, Tarique Rahman, the son of former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Khaleda Zia, once seen as the dark prince of Bangladesh politics, ended his self-imposed exile with his homecoming to Dhaka. It is perhaps a defining moment for violence-hit Bangladesh and the BNP coming weeks ahead of the crucial election in February, which is also pivotal for India's regional security. Remember, Khaleda Zia is very unwell right now, but Tarique Rahman is being seen as the political heir of Zia and will lead BNP in the upcoming elections, which are all scheduled to take place in the month of February in Bangladesh. Let's now tell you more about the significance of Tarique Rahman's return to Dhaka, what it means for Bangladesh as the country grapples with unrest, mayhem, and the demonstrations that we're witnessing in Dhaka. Now, he's returned to Dhaka at a time when Khaleda Zia is perhaps unwell. So the next big question is that he will be perhaps tasked with leading the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, as Dhaka is just 2 months away, less than 2 months away from elections. BNP in Bangladesh is being seen as the main contender, and Rahman's return to Bangladesh after 17 long years in self-exile perhaps will strengthen BNP's chances to fight the polls in Bangladesh. And well, to talk more on this, the significance and all that's happening in Bangladesh, I have my colleague Disha Bakchi now joining me live. Disha, talk to us more about the significance of Tarique Rahman's return, how it strengthens his party BNP right ahead of polls and at a time when there are a slew of demonstrations taking place in Dhaka.
Absolutely, Raisha. The fact that Tarique Rahman chose to return, we knew that he was going to return to Bangladesh over the past couple of months, but this point that he has chosen to return to Bangladesh now after 17 years is crucial because firstly, Bangladesh is seeing a rise of radical Islamist forces. We've seen in the past week violence, protests, buildings set on fire, complete mayhem in Bangladesh, and now Tarique Rahman choosing to return as, in a sense, he's being posed as the return of democracy in Bangladesh and the leading face of the BNP in the upcoming elections. And in fact, even in his first address to the people of Bangladesh in 2 decades, he has now said that it is time to rebuild Bangladesh, it is time to reunite and protect the democracy and stability of Bangladesh. And an important line that he said that is important for especially our viewers in India is that he said that we must build a Bangladesh that is safe for the communities of across religions. All religious communities, all minorities must feel safe to live in Bangladesh. So this is definitely a language that is much different from the kind of language we've been seeing from radical Islamist groups that have been growing in Bangladesh under the Yunus government over the past year or so. And now him saying this really shows that it is possible that while we do not know what his relationship will be like with India, this line is quite crucial. Now, Tarique Rahman, after giving that address to thousands of people who had gathered in Dhaka to see him, he's en route to meet his mother Khaleda Zia, which is again going to be a very important important meeting. He also, right after landing in Dhaka, spoke to Mohammad Yunus, the interim chief, thanking him for facilitating his return. So a very important day in Bangladesh and its upcoming elections.
Right, and a big moment there for Bangladesh as well. Tarique Rahman there saying, I have a plan. But of course, Disha, we'll wait and have to see what plan Tarique Rahman has and if it will be chalked out the way he envisions. And with this, from the shared sacrifice of 1971 to the politics of erasure in 2025. Dhaka's liberation legacy and its historic bond with India now faces the gravest test. Our next report telling you more.
A historic Pak surrender, a big moment for India. Birth of a nation. Bangladesh born out of a bloody war, Pakistani genocide of Bengalis. India opened its doors to 10 million refugees fleeing those Pakistani atrocities. India trained, armed and backed the Mukti Bahini. India went to full-scale war. Nearly 3,900 Indian soldiers died so Bangladesh could exist. Two countries bound by shared sacrifice as the moral foundation. That was December 1971. December 2025, that foundation is now being deliberately dismantled. The Yunus government has made it a state policy to destroy symbols of the 1971 war, erasing Bangladesh's origin story and India's role in order to pander to Islamist radicals. The recent anti-India protests and attacks on Indian missions are not isolated events. It's been happening for over a year since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. Anti-India and anti-liberation war sentiments are being flamed and radicals have been given a free hand. As Hasina fled the bloodthirsty mob, they went after the father of their nation, Banga Bandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, dismantling his statues and setting his ancestral home on fire. The emboldened radicals have attacked Indian cultural centers, memorials erected for the liberation war martyrs. War murals have been defaced. In 1971, Jamaat-e-Islami collaborated with the Pakistan Army. In 2025, Yunus has lifted the ban and brought Jamaat's ideology back into the mainstream. Founding principles of liberation war, nationalism, secularism, socialism and democracy today stand in ruins. Hindus are being attacked and killed with impunity as radicals have all but staged a coup and Yunus just watches from the sidelines. Institutionalized erasure of Bangladesh's history is actively playing out with the clear purpose of erasing its indelible links with India. It's not a diplomatic shift, it's a betrayal. NDTV Bureau Report.
Shifting our focus from Bangladesh to Maharashtra now, tracking the latest, all that's happening there in Maharashtra. After the Thackeray brothers reunion yesterday, there is now a fresh buzz that the Pawars may join hands ahead of the civic polls in Maharashtra. In the latest, NCP MP Supriya Sule has confirmed that seat-sharing talks are underway between the two factions of NCP, confirming the possibility of an arrangement. Sule maintained that the ideology held by Ajit Pawar was still different to what her party held, but said that talks were underway between the leaders of the two factions. Meanwhile, sources suggest that the Sharad Pawar faction has demanded 40 to 45 seats, but Ajit Pawar faction has offered them 30 seats. So with all the details there for you, Supriya Sule giving out a major hint that the Pawars may reunite. Take a listen.
Ajit Pawar constantly says that he's not given up his ideology, is what he constantly says. In every speech that he has said, he keeps talking about Shahu Phule Ambedkar, he talks about YB Chavan. So he says he's committed to that ideology. Right now, we are in no position to comment about that. Right now, our focus is our corporation election. There's an outreach program from both sides. A lot of our colleagues have spoken to each other. We are engaged in dialogue with them, but no decision or no final offer has come.
And battleground Tamil Nadu is heating up with a fresh new development amid buzz of an alliance between the TVK and Congress. The latest buzz is about the former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Paneer Selvam. TVK Chief Coordinator K.A. Sengotian confirmed that OPS is now interested in an alliance with Vijay and his party TVK. Sengotian said that there will be any kind of positive news really soon.
ஓபிஎஸ்ஐ பொறுத்தவரை நேற்றைய தினம் நடைபெற்ற நிகழ்ச்சி என்பது அனைத்து மாவட்ட செயலாளர்கள் பெரும்பானோர் தங்கள் கருத்துக்களை வெளியிட்டிருக்கிறார்கள். அந்த கருத்தின் அடிப்படையில் 2 நாட்களுக்குள் நல்ல முடிவுகள் மேற்கொள்வதாக இருக்கிறது. எந்த காலகட்டத்திலும் எடப்பாடியுடைய தலைமையில் இருக்கிற அனைத்து இந்திய அண்ணா திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகத்தில் தான் இணைத்துக் கொள்ளப் போவதில்லை, துரோகத்திற்கு என்றைக்கும் இடமளிக்க மாட்டேன் என்று உறுதியளித்திருக்கிறார். ஆகவே விரைவில் நல்ல முடிவுகளை மேற்கொள்வார். அவர் ஒவ்வொருவரும் ஒவ்வொருவரோடு பேசிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது உண்மை. அதே நேரத்தில் எப்போது அவர்கள் அந்த முடிவுகளை மேற்கொள்வார் என்பதுதான் இன்னும் எனக்கு தெரியவில்லை. தாவாக்கோடு என்னை போன்றவரும் பேசுகிறோம். அவரும் சில கருத்துக்களை சொல்லிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார். அதற்கு நல்ல முடிவுகள்.
Well, with all eyes on Vijay's TVK party, let's now tell you the X factors of TVK chief Vijay. Now, first up, of course, he has a massive fan base and can translate that to political capital, because they're in Tamil Nadu. They are big fans of actor turned politician Vijay. Number 2, could split anti-incumbent votes and perhaps weaken DMK and AIDMK as well. Then, TVK and its chief Vijay, it also holds the potential to disrupt traditional political dynamics there in Tamil Nadu. Also strong appeal among youth and first-time voters as well. Apart from this, Vijay's brand as a unifier, he's been branding himself as somebody who could unify all the dynamics there in Tamil Nadu, and that could unite diverse voter segments in Chennai. All right, from Tamil Nadu, shifting our focus to Mumbai. After more than 2 decades of planning and construction, the new Navi Mumbai International Airport commenced commercial flight operations from today, with flights from airlines like Indigo, Akasa Air and Air India Express, marking a major boost to aviation capacity in the Mumbai metropolitan region. Take a look at this report.
It was a picture-perfect start at the Navi Mumbai International Airport. Indigo flight 6460 from Bengaluru touched down at 8 a.m., becoming the first commercial flight to land at NMIA. The aircraft received a water cannon salute, a ceremonial aviation tradition marking landmark occasions. Ahead of the historic landing, Indigo staff were seen cutting a cake and breaking coconuts, symbolizing an auspicious beginning on Christmas morning.
Sir, the excitement is in the air. We saw, passengers clapping. We are seeing a new gateway altogether when we talk about the aviation, sir. What's like for you now?
No, actually, this is a very proud moment for Mumbaikars, and we are really fortunate where we got basically rights to develop this airport. It's a brand new airport, and we try to make it the world-class airport.
Sir, at this point in time, what would your really message be to the passengers? I saw them all with the phones up, being excited to take selfie with you.
No, this is actually Mumbai was struggling since last 10 years to having the more facility on airport side, and the present Mumbai airport was actually fully jammed, and this will basically ease out air traffic movement in Mumbai side.
Minutes later, the airport recorded another milestone. Indigo flight 6C882 to Hyderabad became NMI's first departure, taking off at 8:40 a.m., officially setting the airport into commercial motion. A new era for Indian aviation takes shape. Future expansion planned to scale capacity up to 90 million passengers per annum, supported by cargo terminals and multimodal connectivity.
Truly iconic. मतलब मेरे पेरेंट्स नवी मुंबई में रहते हैं और एटलीस्ट मेरे ग्रोइंग के लास्ट 15 ईयर्स से मैं सुन रही थी कि एयरपोर्ट बनेगा और अब मैं शादी करके बैंगलोर मूव कर चुकी। बट जब मुझे पता चला कि क्रिसमस छुट्टी के दिन पे ये एयरपोर्ट खुल रहा है, मुझे बस आना था एंड एक्सपीरियंस करना था। एंड it is amazing कि अदानी सर भी वहाँ पे थे. It was a brief moment to meet him.
Actually, when I was in Mumbai airport at the food court, food court is a place where you normally go to get an affordable bite to eat, right? But you go there and there's a vada pav there for 430 rupees. Or it could have been 530, I don't remember. Come, let's go on a ride and
Continue this conversation.
Absolutely. So we went to the food court and I was appalled to see that, boss, how can the vada pav be here for 430 rupees? I buy it outside for 40 rupees. And so that's when we actually started developing the retail strategy for here. We've cut all the middlemen and directly gone down to the chef and being able to price not at 40 rupees of a lari wala, but at least at a decent enough price of 80-100 rupees, where people don't feel like they're being gouged.
The airport has been developed by Adani Airports Holdings Limited and Sidco under a public-private partnership model. The journey of Navi Mumbai International Airport began in 1997 when it was first conceived by Sidco. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone in 2018 and inaugurated the airport on October 8th this year. Since 2021, Adani Airports Holdings Limited has overseen development, construction and operational readiness, steering the Greenfield Airport through accelerated timelines despite disruptions caused by the pandemic. Inspired by India's national flower, the lotus, the terminal blends cultural identity, contemporary design and sustainability features. Once fully operational, NMIA is expected to ease congestion at Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport and significantly boost capacity across the Mumbai metropolitan region. With Ritu and Saurabh Gupta at the Navi Mumbai International Airport, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Ringing bells, raining gifts, silent prayers, laughs, lights and smiles. The world is celebrating Christmas in all its glory. And NDTV wishes you a very Merry Christmas. My colleagues have been tracking all the celebrations from across the country for you. Take a look.
In Shimla at Ridge Maidan, we have seen Christmas celebration is already underway, and we can see this very old historic church which has been decorated during this Christmas festival, and the whole market, specifically at the Ridge Maidan as well as the Mall Road, we have seen that has already been decorated by the local administration so that this will become one of the attraction point for the tourists, and the tourists from across the country, they are coming to Shimla to celebrate this Christmas. And some of the people, some of the tourists, they are with us. We will talk to them to understand how do they feel about this Christmas festival which is happening at Shimla. तो मैम आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
हम लोग इंदौर से आए हैं, एमपी से हैं।
तो क्या क्रिसमस सेलिब्रेट करने आए हैं?
क्रिसमस सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए हम लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं। पहले हम लोगों ने सुना है कि शिमला में बहुत अच्छे से सेलिब्रेट होता है और हम लोग फर्स्ट टाइम शिमला आए। हम लोगों ने दो दिन से यहाँ पर देखा, यहाँ का डेकोरेशन जो है वो बहुत अच्छे से हुआ है। विंटर कार्निवल है यहाँ पर, बहुत अच्छे से डेकोरेट है, लाइटिंग है, रात की जो लाइटिंग है वो बहुत खूबसूरत है, ब्यूटीफुल है। सो everything is beautiful.
The special arrangement, seating arrangement has already been made so that the people will come here at the Ridge Maidan. They will celebrate the Christmas festival here. And if we can talk about the local administration arrangement, we have seen multiple arrangements have been made by the local administration so that the tourists who are coming to Shimla, they should not face any problem during this Christmas celebration which is going on and happening at the Ridge Maidan in Shimla.
All right, before we wrap up, wishing everyone a very happy and Merry Christmas. With that, we slip into a very short break. Come right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Actor of the Year.
Director of the Year.
Debutant Director of the Year.
Sports Performance of the Year.
The Actor of the Year award goes to.
And the award for NDTV Science Icon of the Year.
Welcome to the 20th edition of NDTV Indian of the Year 2025.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground. Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling. They are now India's smallest, but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has killed at least 25 children. Gaikwad sahab, aise mat kijiye. Suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. We live and breathe elections. You will not believe your eyes or ears when I show you what I'm about to do. And for a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude, we're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship, the line of control, Shiv Arur, NDTV.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
Front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
so many attacks,
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break, live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig, until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
A very special moment for us as we announce NDTV Masterstroke, the NDTV Art Awards.
NDTV presents the Masterstroke Art Awards. An odyssey of creative brilliance, where the masterpiece meets its ultimate recognition.
NDTV bringing this subject forward would have a great integrity of putting it forward where people could understand the importance of art.
This award that is being started, I'm sure is going to be amazing.
Art for India and for Indians is an expression of our Atmanirbharta.
It's actually quite a formidable jury, so I think we'll reveal a lot more as we go along.
This is an amazing platform, I think, today what you're doing.
Honoring the masters who define our creative landscape. Coming soon on the NDTV network.
3, 2, 1.
You're watching Fault Lines. I'm Gauri Dwivedi. This is a very special edition of Fault Lines as I document for you how 2025 is going down as a year where the world witnessed almost 36 conflicts that took more than 1 lakh lives. A year which started with an American president who famously said he would end wars in just 24 hours. And yet almost a year later, the conflicts that the world is witnessing has only grown. And peace deals look farther than what they ever did. And this edition of Fault Lines tells you the most consequential conflicts of 2025. The biggest fault line, the India-Pakistan one, where nuclear-armed neighbors who fought several wars in the past. Well, in April this year, tensions between India and Pakistan flared up after the deadly Pahalgam terror attack, where 25 of the 26 victims were Hindus and were slaughtered for their religion. India launched Operation Sindoor, conducted airstrikes on 9 terror facilities, 4 in Pakistan, 5 in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The conflict lasted 4 days, after which India ended the assault on Pakistani assets after achieving its core objectives. Listen in to what the Prime Minister and Air Chief Marshal said on the victory of Indian Armed Forces.
हमारी सेना ने वो करके दिखाया जो कई दशकों तक कभी हुआ नहीं था। सैकड़ों किलोमीटर दुश्मन की धरती पर घुस करके आतंकी हेडक्वार्टर्स को मिट्टी में मिला दिया, आतंकी इमारतों को खंडहर बना दिया। पाकिस्तान की नींद अभी भी उड़ी हुई है।
Long-range weapons were used with good precision and pan front, about 1,200 kilometers of border front and deep inside enemy territory up to almost 200 plus kilometers inside. We were able to strike. We were able to strike with precision, with minimal collateral. Trying our best not to have any casualties from civilian side, and we were able to bring them to their knees in, actually speaking, 1 night of intensive operations.
Let me now decode for you how India demolished Pakistani assets and brought the country on its knees, as our Air Chief Marshal just told you. First and foremost, 9 major terror launch pads in both Pakistan and POK were eliminated. More importantly, cross-border precision strikes that India demonstrated during Operation Sindoor, that came to fore. There was a clear pattern and an effort to shift from deterrence to direct action. That's the single biggest message that came out here, that when there will be an attack, India will respond. Remember, we've also changed the template as well. Any attack will now be treated as an act of war. Equal punishment both for terrorists and their sponsors. No distinction whatsoever. You fund, you sponsor terrorism against India, New Delhi will respond in the same manner. And lastly, India's air defense superiority was displayed during those 4 days of Operation Sindoor, which, viewers, is still underway, even as multiple high-profile terrorists were neutralized in this operation. That is the single biggest aspect of Operation Sindoor. Well, war clouds looming large over South America. We now tell you the other conflict of 2025 after Donald Trump's repeated threats to Venezuelan dictator Maduro, seizing and sanctioning Venezuelan oil tankers, blowing up multiple Venezuelan boats, and in Donald Trump's words, encircling the nation with the largest armada of fleet in South America. Well, what's at the heart of this entire issue? And is it really going to blow up into a full-fledged war? This report tells you, is it about drugs, is it about oil, or is it about much more than that? Take a look.
confrontation at sea and diplomacy on the brink. As the year draws to a close, tensions between the United States and Venezuela have surged to levels not seen in decades, casting a long shadow over global oil markets and international relations. In the last few weeks, US forces have seized multiple oil tankers, including one carrying nearly 2 million barrels of Venezuelan crude, under a sweeping blockade ordered by US President Donald Trump, aimed at cutting off Caracas's lifeblood, oil revenues. The Maduro government has blasted the actions as international piracy, promising to take the dispute to the UN. Oil prices briefly spiked on global markets a few days ago, reflecting fears that disruption to Venezuelan exports, long a key source of heavy crude, could ripple worldwide. This sharp confrontation sits atop a broader backdrop: years of deteriorating US-Venezuela ties. Since the 2019 political standoff over President Nicolas Maduro's contested rule, Washington has steadily tightened sanctions, hitting Venezuelan officials and oil sector entities in an apparent bid to force political change. Venezuela, sitting atop some of the largest known oil reserves in the world, has been hit hardest by these measures, with export volumes plunging and Caracas increasingly reliant on clandestine shipping networks. What began as financial and diplomatic pressure has now spilled into the open waters and into deadly conflict. US forces have conducted numerous strikes on vessels they say are linked to drug and narcotics networks, resulting in scores of deaths, a toll that continues to spark debate in Washington and beyond. As 2025 ends, uncertainty only builds on both sides of the Caribbean. Is this a decisive tightening of sanctions or a road toward a wider